Now, it's Pace of Play.
Come on, Glenn! Come on! Get your head in the damn game!
Putting the boys on the clock.
I guess we're playing for keeps now.
The fuck?
All right, welcome back, everybody, to more than 19th hole craziness. Pace of Play is up for grabs. Let me kick it off. Lee, our event here in Las Vegas, the Shriners Hospital event, has enough issues, has enough problems that they've been dealing with over the years. But now, this to me seems like a real slap in the face. The tournament that they have, the PGA Grand Slam, where they take all of the four major winners, put them together. They have them play down in Bermuda. It's a made-for-TV type of thing. They decided to move it from late year, all of a sudden, to have it the same week as our tournament's going to be here in 2013. I don't know whether this is going to be a distraction. I doubt it very much, but I don't know. It just seems that it's kind of a slap in the face, and we're getting a little less respect. And we need more respect. So, how did they come up with that? That's crap.
I like getting more respect. But
I do too.
The thing about it is we've talked about this event on the show before. Is this event relevant? Not many people are watching it. How many major champions actually made it to the event this year?
Right.
Was it one or two?
Two.
The event's being held Tuesday and Wednesday of our tournament week, so it's not going to
impact it that much. Yeah,
it's not going to impact our competition days. I think they're trying to get this thing off the ground. Like I said, it's kind of like the Pro Bowl in the NFL, and I know I'm making a lot of NFL references. I think you can see what I'm going to do when I leave the show. Go watch some football. But
are they going to take a nap?
Well, I'll do that too. But I don't think this is going to impact us one way or another.
But it's the idea. It's like they throw a damn dart. Let's move this thing somewhere. Oh my God, we're going to do it's Vegas. We're going to do it in the Vegas tournament. Just irks me.
Well, hey, as the professional golf campaign, concludes here in 2012, we had a tons of fantastic highlights, fantastic shots, great closes to events. What is your one story you remember of 2012? What's your highlight story of 2012 golf?
That's clearly. That's so evident. I'm surprised there's even a discussion about this. To me, the major story, the story of the year, has to be 15-year-old Lydia Ko from New Zealand winning on the LPGA Tour #1, making her the youngest woman winner on the LPGA Tour, winning the Women's Canadian Open, donating some of the money to some shelters, buying herself a dog, giving a bunch of it to some homeless people, but 15 years old and she plays awesome. That's the story to me, hands down.
I don't even know what to say. I actually had some notes here that I was going to talk about actual real stories.
You don't think that's a real story? It's phenomenal.
We have a couple of stories for me to touch on.
You're sounding like a sexist. You don't want to talk about any women. Okay, fine. Talk about the men.
Ryder Cup, the European comeback, I think was unbelievable. Bubba Watson's shot at Augusta, the one shot there on number 10. The big hook for him coming out of the trees.
That's two stories. You said one story.
Obviously, more recently with Lehman and Flick and the Charlie Beltran victory. But the story for me,
you said one story.
I know
You've talked
the
about
one
six
story
already.
for me. I'm just giving some real examples other than the facade you put up.
Lydia, I hope you're listening in.
The big story for me that I think is fantastic is Kyle Stanley. Kyle Stanley blows a large lead at Torrey Pines, and then comes back the next week.
That's never happened on tour before.
How
many times has a 15-year-old won a major event?
We have a 14-year-old playing at Augusta this year.
I know that's going to be interesting.
15-year-old Lydia, I love you. I love you.
Speaking about the PGA Tour, PGA Tour Player of the Year for 2012, a lot of good picks, Lee. Jason Duffner, Woods, McIlroy, Watson, Snedeker ended up having a wonderful year. Who do you like amongst those guys before I'll talk to you about the Rookie of the Year? And again, I think it's a slam dunk. There's only one person out of this whole list you could possibly possibly choose.
Yeah, player of the year, no questions, Rory McIlroy.
Absolutely.
I dug hard to try to find a way to knock him off the pedestal.
4 wins, PGA
No
Championship, number 1 on the money list.
Both
wins
money
both
lists.
titles.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, slam dunk.
Not
All
a
right,
question.
let's get to the rookie of the year. You talked about Charlie Belgian, Jonas Blixt from Sweden. I love this guy's swing. Collie Potter, who do you think?
Well, I think I think a lot of
All
people
great players
are going to vote for John Huh. You got Bud Colley out there. My pick or my selection would be Jonas Blixt. He got his first win. I think the differentiator for me between these guys is the fact that he only played 21 times.
Right.
Bud Colley and John Huh played 28 times.
Right. I agree.
Blixt finished 71st on the FedEx Cup. He led rookies in scoring, had 5 top 10s. I think the thing that separates it is that he played 7 or 8 less times than these other guys.
I agree with you, and I give it to him for the fact, too, that he dresses much better than all the rest of these guys.
That's right.
He's
That's
styling, man.
Let's take that to our next question. The fall series, we had 4 events in the fall series. We had Ryan Moore winning, here in Las Vegas, Tommy Gainey winning, had Jonas Blixt winning over at the Fry's, and then we finished up just this last week with Charlie Belchin. So we got 4 winners of the fall series. Pick one of those guys that's going to have the best 2013.
I got to go with our local. I got to go with Ryan Moore. He's been out there longer, number one, more experienced. He's been under the heat longer than these guys. He's when he starts to get on a little bit of a roll, he's steady Eddie. I just look for him in the long run to have the better season amongst those other guys.
Yeah, I think Ryan Moore is a good choice. I'm going to go again with Jonas Blixt. I think this guy has really started to feel his way around the tour.
Great player, wonderful player.
You see his opportunities to really go low. I think Ryan will have a consistent 2013 and consistent rest of his career, but I think Jonas Blixt is really going to get in there, play in the Tour Championship, maybe even contend in a major
he could
at some point.
He's got the game for it. It's going to be interesting, but I'm going to go with our local right now because I have that hometown pride that you seem to be lacking in a lot of these things. But anyway, let's talk about Jim Furyk. As you know, most of these guys make a lot of their money from endorsements. Jim Furyk, as everybody knows, they're running this commercial ad nauseum about 5-hour energy drink. The government came out the other day and equated 13 deaths to this particular energy drink. Do you think that's going to affect somebody like Furyk and says, wait a minute, I can't endorse something that has been proven to be detrimental to somebody's health? Or is he going to go, well, I don't know, I've got a contract, I still want the money. What do you think he should do? I think he should just say, guys, I'm sorry, I don't want to be associated with somebody that's this dangerous, proven to be this dangerous by the government, and I'm sorry, but can't do it anymore.
Well,
or do you think he's going to go for the bucks like most of these pinheads would?
Detrimental to your health. I mean, as you say this,
dying is pretty detrimental to your health.
I'm looking at our fantastic producer hitting up a donut. So, I mean, it's and I actually want one. So, those are detrimental to your health as well. This 5-hour energy, some people say it's proven. Obviously, 5-hour energy, talks about their FDA, their FDA approvals, and that it is not proven that it causes deaths. So I don't necessarily think our topic is maybe 5-hour energy. It's what you're talking about is the money versus the moral dilemma.
Exactly.
Of
what do you do?
A product that works, a product that doesn't work. I don't think it's ever going to change. I think there's going to be certain guys that will never, take the money. Because it's not a product they believe in.
Yeah.
But I think there'll be certain guys that will definitely say, absolutely, I'm taking the loot when I can get it and when people are going to offer it to me.
I see that.
And
well, let me ask you
that.
that. Do you think Jim Furyk actually drinks this stuff?
Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
Every day?
Look at him. He's slender. All right, slipping away from golf, we got obviously an interesting topic here in Las Vegas as we're close to L.A. We've got a new coach for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Mike Brown was fired after 5 games, and we didn't talk about this. Looks like he's going to coach his first game. The new coach, Mike D'Antoni, on Sunday. What are your thoughts? Is this a good hire for the Lakers?
I think it's a good hire, but I think unfortunately it was a knee jerk reaction on part of the Lakers. I mean, you get rid of a guy that fast. Sure, nobody likes to lose games, 2, 3, 4 games in a row, but it doesn't. But it's the Lakers, for crying out loud. This has happened to them multitudinous times before. They come back, they find a way to come back and win. I just think it was too quick of a knee-jerk reaction. Give the guy a little bit more time. They continue going in the toilet. All right, then do it. But I think the guy that they brought in, yeah, it's a good hire.
Well, I agree, and Mike D'Antoni, or Mike Antoni, as some people are calling him, because there's no D in his coaching style. He has a style where he's trying to,
and there's no I in team either.
Score more points than the than the other team, as opposed to hold the other team for less.
Yeah.
It's a defensive style versus an offensive style. I think they'll be a lot more fun to watch.
I do too.
And that's what Jerry Buss has wanted to get back to the Showtime Lakers for a long time.
And to show you how tough the economy is, not only with everybody. Somebody reported they saw Phil Jackson carrying a sign last week said, "I will coach for food."
Was he sitting on that little high chair that he usually does?
Somewhere. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Pace of Play. We're going to take another break here on the 19th hole weekend edition.